Are you a business owner or are you a dopamine junkie? Now, this is a question that a lot of people have probably never thought of, but is very relevant to your business, especially if you're in self-publishing. So, how this all came about is that in one of the Facebook groups that I am in, someone posted a screenshot of a publisher who was selling their publishing business, and it was on sale for $2 million, which, is a significant amount of money. That's a real business up for sale there. But it wasn't just that this business was on sale for $2 million, it was how people reacted to that post. And most people were asking the complete wrong questions. They were approaching it from a point of being a dopamine junkie, a opportunist, rather than a proper business owner. People were asking questions like, is this guy in fiction or non-fiction publishing? How many books does this guy have? And this is not what you should be approaching something like that from. You're not actually asking the questions that matter to your business. It doesn't matter if you're in fiction, non-fiction, no content. What matters is that you have systems in place to actually grow your business as it is. Instead of just being a dopamine addict and thinking, okay, what's the latest shiny object that I need to buy, which will magically take my business from 0 to 2 million overnight. That's not how you should be approaching something. If you're someone who buys a lot of these courses and doesn't actually apply the information inside, like you only go through them once, you're sort of half listening, you're distracted by something else, then, you're not really a business owner anymore. You're just a dopamine addict. You get excited by buying the latest shiny object, whether it be books, courses, even to the point where you're spending a lot of money on coaching, but not actually listening to what your coach is teaching you and telling you to do. Instead, you just get excited for the next thing. That you're not a business owner anymore. You might as well just go out and just buy cigarettes and smoke the cigarettes all the time, because that's the same thing. It's an addiction. Instead of being addicted to nicotine, you're addicted to the dopamine high that you get from buying one of these products, one of these courses, one of these books. Because none of these products will make your business profitable unless you actually apply what is inside them. Which is why I'm always advocating that you go through these products more than one time. And in my other video talking about the real 10x rule, about buying 10 books and reading them all 10 times as opposed to buying 100 books and reading through them once, you will get a lot more value from doing things the first way. So going back to this $2 million publishing business, if you're going to approach it like a business owner, see what you can study within this business that you can then apply to your own business. Because this publisher, was running their business like it was a real business. They had an in-house editing team. They had multiple large email lists, which I know for a fact is something that most publishers are completely neglecting in their business, is building up a customer base that doesn't just rely on Amazon. Those are things that you can do regardless of if you're in fiction, non-fiction, no content, low content, cookbooks, images, kids books. It doesn't matter the what of what you're selling. It's the system of how you're selling these things. The system for acquiring more money from each customer. The system for growing the number of customers you have, rather than just darting your head around and going, oh, fiction, I can do fiction now. Oh, low content books, journals, let's do journals as well. I need to buy a journal course. The latest one is ACX. A lot of people are approaching ACX from the wrong point of view. Now people say, okay, I don't need to do paperbacks anymore. don't need to do ebooks anymore. I just want to put books out on ACX. But think about that from a practical standpoint. You are literally saying, I don't want 3 streams of income. I only want 1. And that's just ridiculous when you frame it that way. You are actively saying you want less streams of income. So no matter what it is, just approach this from a business ownership standpoint. Treat your publishing business like a business rather than just a little plaything that you do on the weekends. Even if you are working a day job right now and you don't have that much time because of, having a job or having family commitments, that's understandable. Some people just have less time than others. But you need to work on your business every single day. Whether it's an hour a day, 2 hours a day. You have to do this because otherwise you're not going to progress. And if you take a long, hard look at yourself and you say, you're right, I have been approaching this from a point of being a bit of a dopamine junkie, opportunist, instead of, okay, this is my business. What can I do to increase the number of customers I have? What can I do to increase the amount I get from each customer? What can I do to increase the frequency that each customer comes back to me? That's how you approach it from a business owner's standpoint. Because this $2 million publisher, I guarantee, has done all of those things multiple times over. And they have monitored everything within their business. And they have systemized their business to a point now where everything runs smoothly. And that's why they have a $2 million business and you don't. So just something to think about there. And if you enjoyed this video, the link in the description, El-Gorr.com, el-gorr.com. There is a free copy of my 7 Deadly Self-Publishing Sins book. And in there, you'll find 7 common mistakes that I see publishers make all the time. And take a look in there. If you're not getting the results you want from your publishing business, maybe you're making some of those mistakes. And if you correct those mistakes, that's your first step towards making it a full-time profitable business. Thank you for watching.